Hey there developers, welcome to Tech with Fun. Today we're tackling one of the most common errors in JavaScript, the infamous cannot read property error. Let's break it down and fix it in just a few minutes. By the end of this video, you know why this error happens, how to fix it, and the tips to avoid it in the future. Hit the like button if you ever face this error, and don't forget to subscribe for more quick coding solutions like this. The first error. What causes this error? This error occurs when JavaScript tries to access a property of null or undefined. For example, like the code you're seeing on the screen here, we have a constant user assigned a null value, and we're trying to log to the console user.name. The name does not exist. This is not an object, and this helps you. This makes JavaScript throws a cannot read property name to the console. So these are the type of errors you see most of the time when you are unable to access, when you're trying to access something that doesn't exist. It's what basically gives you this type of error. Yeah, we're trying to access name on user, but since user is null, JavaScript throws an error. One of the causes of this error is this, having an uninitialized variable. For instance, now looking at this, we have a data that is not initialized with any value, and we haven't let data, we're now trying to console, log to the console, a property value, a property of data to the console. In this case, it's going to throw an error because property does not exist. This is one of the major causes of this type of error, uninitialized variables. I'm going to write it on the screen here. Then the second one is this, having an API response missing data. For instance, after getting a response from an API, after fetching data from an API, you're having a response, and for instance, let's say the response initially does not have any value and you're trying to access the data immediately. It's going to throw an error because right now it does not have any object or any value within the response variable you created. Definitely your data.name is not will not be able to be accessed within your response, so definitely it's going to give you the error. This is the second reason. And now the third reason, which is one of the major reasons that people face this error, is the incorrect DOM access. When you're incorrectly accessing a DOM, for instance, you're trying to access a DOM and this DOM does not exist, definitely you've been able to access wherever text content you're trying to get. So these are the three reasons, major reasons why you have this type of error, and I'll be telling you how to fix them straight away. One of the major fixes is using a default value to ensure that the property exists. For instance, you have a const here, user sets to null. The first thing you have to do is you can include a question mark here that checks if user exists, then you can access the name property. But if user does not exist, then I want you to give me the guest. So this approach is a default value such that once it does not exist, it gives you a default value you already placed there and helps you avoid any unexpected error like that one. All right, so the second option is what I'm giving you right now, is which is quite similar to the last one I just gave you, but here you can have, if you're trying to chain in as many responses as possible, you have the response having an object here. You're not checking if response exists, it exists, but does it have the data, and does our data have a name? If it does not have it, then it's going to give you undefined. Having that question mark here works a lot. In this case, we don't have any default value, but here we're including that question mark, so it does not give us the other error that we don't want, which is the cannot read property error. Now, the, the third approach and the third solution I'll be giving you today is this. When you have a user set to null, now you can check. Now we check to see if it exists. So if the object exists, we check it before accessing its property. In this case, you can say if user exists, then I want you to log this to the console. So here are some tips to avoid this error. Tip number one, always initialize your variables to the default value. Number two, validate your API responses before accessing the property. And the third one, use optional chaining method like the question marks and default values for cleaner code. So that's how you fix the cannot read property in JavaScript. It all comes in validating your data and using modern JavaScript features like optional chaining. If this video helped you, smash the like button and share with a friend who is learning JavaScript. Don't forget to subscribe for more coding tips, and I'll see you in the next video.